What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a video for you about an intake manifold. As you all know, the stock intake manifold, it's a plastic piece. It's a good unit for a stock truck, I guess, or a mildly modified truck. But it has some features that are integrated into it that aren't really beneficial to what I'm trying to do here. So I've decided to go the custom route and make my own intake manifold. I have made this from scratch and incorporated some features that are more beneficial to what I'm trying to do, and get rid of some stuff that I no longer need. So let me show you what I got. All right, so here's what I come up with. This is an aluminum intake manifold. It's made out of 6061 aluminum. The flange I custom made. I just bought a piece of flat stock and then compared it to the cylinder head and matched it up and drilled all the holes, bolt holes for it, and lined up the ports and everything. And then I bought these runners. It was one long pipe, basically. It's all 1/4 inch wall. This is a 4-inch diameter plenum. It's 1.5 inch runners, about 6 inches long. So yeah, cut them all down. I sized it appropriately to basically the RPM range I'm trying to do. I did the math on it. These runners are not tapered. There's no taper to it. It's all one straight piece. That is probably one improvement I could have done, was try to put some taper on it, but I decided against that just because of complexity and trying to make all these the same. As you know, the cylinder head has a runner. In the cylinder head itself, there's a runner for each valve. Even though this is a 4-cylinder, there is individual runners for each valve, so there's 8 runners even though it's a 4-cylinder. So I continued that theme into the intake manifold. The stock intake manifold also does that, and it incorporates a common plenum just like this one does. Obviously this has a lot of nitrous on it, as you can tell. That is another feature that I have integrated into this one. This is a nitrous outlet rail. It has 2 holes. I got one solenoid here, and then there's a hole drilled all the way down the length of this, and then this solenoid is plumbed into the other hole. So each one of these solenoids controls one of the holes drilled in the length of this, and then feeds each one of these tubes here that go into the ports. This is a dry kit, it's not a wet kit, but it's 2 kits basically incorporated into that. I had to make some billet clamps for these. This is a hexagonal rail, so it was kind of difficult to make a hole that's hexagonal into this and make it look clean. And then I just welded it all together. I got a vibrant clamp on the end of this. Like I said, it's 4-inch. This is a 3.5-inch reducer going into it. But yeah, that's basically what it came up with. The inside of it is, I tried to put kind of a bell mouth on the inside there and kind of see it for the runners there, but I basically just welded around each one of the runners, and then took the sand roll and kind of made it into like a bell mouth on the end, so it's not just like a flush cut pipe on the end of the inside of it. So but yeah, I'm gonna be running, each one of these nozzles is rated for like 400 horsepower. I could have easily just done one of these nozzles and just put it at the entrance here, and it would have been plenty, but it's not as cool as this. I think this looks way cooler, and this is a way more eye-catching way to do this. So I went this route. These are the nitrous outlet, or not nitrous outlet, I'm sorry, the NOS titanium fogger nozzles. So I got a deal on these. They don't make these anymore, so they had like a clearance thing going on. I picked them up for pretty cheap. But yeah, all stainless hard lines going into it. Pretty cool. I got this this rail blank, but it didn't have any holes drilled into it, so I had to drill and tap all these holes so it would line up with the runners. And then I got some nitrous outlet, or I'm sorry, some nitrous express solenoids. It's kind of a mix match. You know, I got the nozzles with the nitrous outlet rail, and then the nitrous express solenoids. But I went with basically what I could afford and what I thought was the best option and cleanest looking setup that I could make. And I think it turned out pretty nice. But I polished it. Obviously, it's all shiny. You know, I'm not a professional polisher by any means. It's not the most shiny thing, but you know, it looks all right. It turned out decent for what it is, and it looks better than what it did before, just a raw, unfinished piece. I did weld all this together. I haven't welded aluminum in like 10 years, so don't try not to judge me on that too hard, but it is a solid weld. It just might not look the prettiest. But yeah, turned out pretty decent. I want to put it on the motor and let you take a look at it there. All right, so here's a look at it on the motor. Looks pretty decent. The problem with polishing anything is now the rest of it doesn't look that great. So I might have to continue with that, but I'll worry about that at a later date. Like I said, these nozzles are rated for like 400 horsepower each. These solenoids only rated for like 200, 250 or something. So the kit can technically only flow up to like 500 horsepower, which is not as much as I'm trying to spray on this thing. Well, baby steps, you know, get this thing up and running and see what it'll handle. Probably blow it up a couple times before I realize the limit, but you know, we'll spray it. I got the jets that are in here now are like 50 horsepower per kit. So with both kits fully on, it'd be like 100 horsepower shot of nitrous, which is way turned down, you know, a lot for what this kit can actually handle. So but yeah, like I said, we'll baby step it and see what it ends up looking like. But let me know what you guys think. Took me like a month to make this thing. So just out here for like an hour on the weeknights, and then on the weekends, you know, spend a couple hours out here. But I think it turned out all right for what it is. It's like I said, it's sized appropriately. I did the math on it and the volumes and everything. And for the RPM range I'm trying to run with the size of this motor, this should be tuned pretty close to what I'm trying to do, and go from there. So it's a lot better. It'll be a lot better than the factory manifold. So yeah, got that turbo hanging out over there. I still have to do the downpipe and the wastegate for this. I ran out of gas in my bottle on my welder, so I'm gonna go pick up some more gas so I can knock that out, because I went through basically a whole tank of gas welding this together. But it turned out all right. All right, everybody, that's pretty much all I got for this video. It's kind of a short video, but at the same time, big step. I got an intake manifold on this motor now. When I bought the motor, it didn't come with an intake manifold, so I was either gonna buy a stock one and throw it on there or go this route. Obviously, I've chosen this route, and I think it's a better option, really. It's more suited to what I'm going to be doing, and it looks better in general. So yeah, I hope you all like it. There is one thing I still need to do to it. I need to put a map sensor in there. On the back of the plenum, there's a flat plate. I'm just going to drill a hole and put one in there. I don't have the map sensor yet. I don't really know which one I'm going to run yet. So that's why that hasn't been done, or I haven't done it yet, but it's pretty simple to install that. I'm just going to drill a hole and pipe tap or whatever, if I go with like a regular just pressure sensor, or if I go with a traditional map sensor. Just depends. But anywho, stay tuned for the next video. that's going to be the big video on my channel, I guess, is the big reveal of what I'm going to be doing to this next. This could be my next project, is fabbing that up. So it's something I haven't really seen in the diesel industry. Something unique. It's especially for this motor. I can guarantee nobody's done it to this motor, but at least in the diesel industry, I haven't seen it yet. I'm not saying somebody hasn't done it, but I haven't seen it in general. So anyway, stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one.